Hello, Valerie Bruneau here with the 411. The topic this week is utilities. I thought it was a very fitting topic. Number one, this is the very first section that I'm finishing for the proposed budget for the 26-27 year, so it was perfect. But also it's getting cold and everybody's turning their heat on at home and we're doing the solar outside. So let me jump on in to share with you this budget topic item. Okay, and as I said, I'm very excited because myself and the finance person, this is the very first section of the new proposed budget that we can say, check, we're done on. What you're looking at here is what utilities we have. We have electricity, oil, diesel that we use for the buses that we get billed quarterly for, and propane. If you're looking at this chart, you're looking at comparables. These are actuals, not what was in our budget, but what we actually spent. That's kind of what we look at as we're moving forward to create a budget. You can see in the year 22-23, in electricity, we spent 63,000 of the budget, oil 68,000, diesel 9,342, and propane is a very small cost to us, but that we do have to budget for 743. Those four combined utilities were 142,000 actual. The next year, similar costs in electricity. Oil went up significantly in our usage. Diesel and propane remains about the same for a combined cost of 161,000. 24-25, 84,000 in electricity. We were significantly over the budgeted area. Oil 89, diesel 14, propane 1,100 for a combined cost of 189. Now, because there are a lot of factors that help us to determine, in addition to the actuals, help us to determine expenses this year in red here, the 25-26 school year, this is what was budgeted because, of course, we're only in November, so we don't know what our actuals are going to be. We budgeted 79,000 for electricity, 104,000 for oil, 16,000 for the diesel, 1,200 for propane, for a total of 200,000 of our budget for those four utilities. So now as we're looking to next year, we have to consider, where do we think we're going to come in at the end of the year in terms of actuals? Will we be closer to last year? If so, that means electricity is going to be significant. We would be lower in oil, but we've just started the winter, so we're not sure exactly how much colder or warmer it's going to be than last year. Diesel, we know we're probably going to be about that $15,000, $16,000 mark based on the routes. And propane, we're solidly at about 1,200. So in talking to my finance director, in planning for next year, the good news is in this section, we are very confident planning the 26-27 budget with a 0% increase to those four areas. Now, why would we present a 0% increase if we're so early in the year? Here's a couple of factors. Number one, we have already locked in the oil for next year at $2.49. So there's a couple of pennies savings from what our current price is. We're at $2.59 right now. So we're fairly confident in the oil department. In electricity, we are putting solar in now, but we will not see. Remember, it's getting put in at the coldest time of the year. And so we will not see savings on that till probably August. And then we need 1 year of that trend data to determine how much we're going to save. So we do think if we come in at a 0% increase based on the numbers from last year and the projections from this year, that that is safe. However, let's talk for 1 second here on what other factors we have to consider when we look at next year, because there might be some people that'll say, well, why don't you try to cut it based on the possibility that you're going to maybe save in electricity during the course of the year with solar. But here's a couple of factors to consider. When we look at how cold or how hot it's been in the last few years, we're not convinced this year that we're going to see a winter that's as mild as it's been. So we don't know about how cold the winter's going to be. This summer, we don't know how hot it's going to be in July and August. We also don't know how much the facility is going to be used. Will Cool, who uses our facility in the summer or extended school year, summer school, have the air conditioning going in more of the number of rooms or not? We're not sure yet. We also know that the town hasn't locked in diesel as of yet, so we don't know if the diesel price will be changed for the better or for the worse. We don't know in terms of bus routes between now and the end of next school year if their roadwork would cause a rerouting of buses, which doesn't seem like it would affect us, but it does, because even if it's a few miles a day extra, that would affect the diesel a little bit. But for me, the biggest one is the use of the facility. We don't currently charge the town. We might wind up having to, but we don't currently charge the town for the use of basketball, pickleball, and the gym. And the fees that the rec department collects, the $30 a kid to sign up for basketball, that does go right to the rec department. So the use of the school, the electricity, the heat, all of those things, they do fall on us. And traditionally, the building was not used every night and the weekends. And it does get a lot of use now, which we're really happy for. But that will increase my costs, nobody else's, the school's costs. So will solar help? Yes. And after a year, we'll use that data. That will hopefully positively affect the 27-28 budget, but not the 26-27 right now. We also had an energy audit, if you heard that at our board meeting. We will be discussing it again this month and next month. Will that energy audit possibly yield other opportunities to save? Yes, we're hoping so. But again, that would be for the 27-28 budget, not the 26-27 budget. So just thought I would do a video on the one area that we already now have checked, that we are confident moving forward for the next budget, and say that we are ready to present. And the good news is that that area anyways of the budget is at 0%. So, all right, well, thank you. And please feel free to keep emailing topics, things that you'd like to see in the videos. Thank you. Have a great weekend.